I'm really searching for the answer for how we can increase achievement at home. And one of the things that stuck out to me today as I was reflecting on my own practice is I got some really honest feedback yesterday, which was really exciting. I love when students give honest feedback, even if it's not exactly what I want to hear. But this honest feedback said this to me, essentially: your work is boring. That's pretty much what it says. Now, of course, there are times in which we have to encourage students to persevere through things that they don't like. That is pretty much true in every situation. But it doesn't mean that we can't try and make school more fun or try and change activities to make them more engaging for students on their at-home days. So today I want to show you a little bit about this app called Keynote and one of its very popular tools called Instant Alpha, so that we can come up with some ideas of some things that we can do while students are at home that make it more engaging and interesting to them. What's up, guys? My name is Nate Wilcox and I am a STEM teacher for middle school students. I use a lot of technology in my classroom, and this is the Teacher's Brew. The Teacher's Brew is just a place for me to reflect on my practice. I'm a verbal processor, so if you're on the other end of this video watching this, that means that you are a listener. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but I'm a verbal processor. This works for me, so let's get started. Today I want to take a look at Keynote. Keynote is an excellent tool, and there are a lot of things that you can do with Keynote. But what I want to show you today is specifically the Instant Alpha tool. Instant Alpha is basically a keying tool. It allows you to key out a certain color and then anything within close range of that color. And you can do it one at a time, one piece at a time. But Instant Alpha is kind of, in a lot of ways, in my opinion, even better than the green screen apps I've worked with. And that's because it allows you to also key out black and white and gray. So you can key out any different shade of any color, non-color, whatever. So I'm just gonna show you a really simple example of that real fast. We're just gonna take a photo. Here I have the Safari logo. And I showed my students recently how you can get your home screen to look different using the Shortcuts app, and then you can create your own icons using Keynote and then use those created icons on your home screen using the Shortcuts app. That's all especially specific to iOS 14 for reasons I won't go into in this video. But all I do is I tap my photo, hit the paintbrush, and in the middle tab, the image tab, not style, not arrange, but image, hit Instant Alpha, and then I tap, hold, and drag to get rid of any of that background that I want to. And just like that, I've gotten rid of the background. Now, for creating your own different kind of icons, for your home screen, what I did is I did black and white, so then I had a black background behind my the icon that I'm working on, and then once I Instant Alpha that, it creates kind of a cool looking, and I got this little straggler white thing there, but then if I go full screen, then I have the black and white background that I'm looking for, and I could also key out that red, but I'm not gonna get into all of that today. I just wanted to show you the basics of how to use the Instant Alpha tool. Now, let's talk about uses that you might have in your classroom. The first one that pops out to me as I'm driving into work this morning is those dioramas. Now, I've seen, I don't know if I'm actually even saying that right, but I think I'm saying that right. I've seen a 5th grade teacher at our school who's a rock star educator, and she is not afraid to bring technology into her classroom. And so I've seen some really cool stuff she's done. But one of the things she's done is she's done digital dioramas, and Keynote is one of the apps you could use to do a digital diorama. So I just got a photo from the Plymouth plantation, but it's not showing up. So I have to go way to the top. Hopefully it's there. Yes, because it's an old photo, right? So here's a photo of Plymouth plantation. And this is an old building from the Plymouth plantation, of course. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add some other things in there, like some chickens. And let's just use Instant Alpha to get rid of that background. Now, all I did is search chicken with black background. This is a dark chicken, so the further you go, the more you're gonna lose of the chicken, as you can see there. So this is something that, like, maybe this isn't the perfect chicken to use as an example for students, but let's just go ahead and drop that chicken down in there. Is that the correct size? I think it is, I don't know. And then we'll go ahead and grab another chicken. And you can zoom in, of course, to Instant Alpha and then zoom it back down. See, that one's a lot easier to Instant Alpha because it's got that black background. Again, all I'm doing, guys, is Google searching for images of animals with black backgrounds. Like, it's pretty simple, not overcomplicated. Because the age of the photo is super old, sometimes it'll go to the top of my camera roll, but no big deal there. All right, we're just adding all of these animals in there. If I wanted to make it look like this animal was behind that fence, this goat, which by the way, I don't actually think this is the right goat, but I would never tell students that. I can also crop the animal so that it looks like it's on the other side of the fence. See that? Just like that. Of course, that animal, that goat is like really tall. Again, we're doing this for kids. We're not worried about all those specific details. And then of course, what diorama is complete if your student is not in it? This is a photo I took in front of a green screen a couple years ago. I'm gonna use this photo just to show you a couple things. One, if you double tap, then you can crop. So boom, crop, crop, crop. Now it's not gonna show up when I Instant Alpha it, but I'll know that I cropped pretty close to my face. So when I Instant Alpha this photo, I'm not worried about getting rid of this email thing because I know that I cropped that part out, but the green screen I gotta get rid of, okay? The nice thing about the green screen, of course, being that, and we're just gonna go slowly but surely. The nice thing about the green screen app is it's gonna give you, there we go. It's gonna give you that bright green color, which is gonna be really easy to key out, right? And then I just like to go like 10% on a lot of different places. That's generally a pretty safe way to do it. And then look, there you go. I'm done. I'm already done. And there I am at the Plymouth Plantation. Of course, I actually was at the Plymouth Plantation last summer, so I could have just taken a picture from there. But this is an example of a way that you could start to build a diorama, get the students engaged in the actual history and the timeline of it and what would have been walking around at the Plymouth Plantation. Of course, I'm not in age appropriate garb. That's, you know, those are little things that maybe you want to think about, but it's just a small example. And students love to do this because it gives them some freedom to make things different, right? Like, watch this. What if I just, oh, what did I do there? If I rotate myself using 2 fingers slightly, I think that'll do. Zoom myself down, undo that. That was an accident. There we go. Then it look like I'm hanging out on the top of the building. Probably a little too big. Again, not worried about it. It's for kids, right? This is just one example. I have my students create dream rooms. I also have my students create GIFs or logos. There are lots of really cool things you can do with Instant Alpha. If you create a logo, by the way, I'll just show you really fast. There's a really wonderful tool. If you create anything that you want to share as a logo, let's just say that this is actually an Apple Classroom logo, but let's just say that's my logo, right? And I wanted to Instant Alpha that blue out, make it black, so it's black and green. And like, that's my like super cool teacher logo, right? Let's just pretend for a second. With that, I can actually share that as a PNG file with this really quick shortcut. I open my Photos app, and then I grab my Keynote, drag it over with a long press there, and then I can actually create a PNG file, which shows a translucent background by long pressing on that until it lifts and then dragging it over to my Photos app. Now what I've got in my Photos app is a PNG file. As you can see, well, you can't really see that. See how it shows up white right there? That's because it has a see-through background, okay? So if I were to add that to my website or to the bottom of the video right now, then you would actually see whatever's behind where that white part of the logo is, okay? So that's a PNG file. Now, those of you that have been around long enough to remember what it was like to actually have to create PNG files on Photoshop, this is an excellent tool and it's such an easy way to just drag and drop your logos over, okay? So my challenge for myself for the next week, after just 2 days of hybrid learning, my challenge for myself is I need to make the at-home learning more exciting, more engaging, more creative, and I need to find ways to enhance what they're learning with some kind of creative project that's gonna be a little more engaging to them because I'm not there to kind of give that energy to help them feed off of it during class, physically in person. So That's what I'm working on. I hope that that's in some way helpful to you. Instant Alpha, it's a great tool. Download Keynote, check it out, and use it for your classroom in any way that you can. Go have another great day of teaching.